Hey y'all, so let's start a new pattern. This one is again by Simply Bree Creative Designs. And whenever I start a new pattern, I'm really looking for the repeat, like where is it going to cut off? So between, and this whole thing is really 17 stones, but between here and here is an 8 stone, and this repeats throughout the entire pattern. And we always have that 8 stone. And I mean, the other section of this between here and here is the 9 stone, and that's really what's making up that whole 17. But you can split those up. And originally I had this huge elaborate plan to do these like every other one, and it was really like I was going to do the 8 on 1 and 2 and then do the 9 on 3, and I was going back and forth between them, and I was thinking about it and I decided that may just be a huge disaster going down the cup. Because I wouldn't, the whole thing was just going to be off at that point. And I'm sure that I could have made that work, but it was more brain power than I really had available at the time. So what I decided to do was just to do the 8 stones and just repeat that. I know I'm using a 24-ounce plump from the Steel Magnolia, and I know that there were 84 stones that went around it. So I could just repeat that 8 stone pattern 10 times and have 4 stones left in the pattern that I had to deal with. And I knew I could come up with something creative just to go down that. I mean, you can tell that there's a seam on the cup, but I personally am really digging the seam. I really like how it's turning out. So yeah, I think that was probably the better way to go. This pattern is made for, I think it's an SS20 stone. So if you're using an SS20, you don't have to go through all of this. But if you're like, I'm using all SS10 stones, so I definitely needed to kind of figure that out before I got started. All of my stones come from PDB Creative Studio. I'm using white, Bohemica, Heart of the Ocean, Pear, Rockefeller, Precious, and Rose.